Hey, what's up, guys? Let's solve one of the easy problems called valid palindrome. It's from LeetCode, and we're going to solve it in Python. So you don't need to have a basic knowledge of Python, but if you do, it's great. But I'm going to explain you a little bit of the process, and basic knowledge that you probably need is regarding you should know what are two pointers and what are strings and how certain loops works. And I will explain the rest of it. Let's go. So we have this question called valid palindrome, where it says that we have a phrase called palindrome, so a simple string. Then we have to say after converting all the uppercase letters into lowercase letters and removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it leads the same forwards and backwards. So a simple palindrome is basically a string or any kind of character that is read backward and forward the same. For example, level as level, the forward and the backward level, it's the same thing. So basically, it's that. And in our condition, when it comes to computer science and coding, we ignore all these symbols like dashes, commas, and stuff like that. And it's also like non-case sensitive, so we don't have to care about the uppercase and lowercase. We'll just use a dot lower when we'll be comparing, so we don't have to worry about the uppercase and lowercase characters. Let's go. So we have a class and we have a function defined. Now we'll just, what our approach is gonna be. Simply we'll just start with like declaring all the variables we need. So let's say n equals to length of the string. We'll get a string as an input s, so we'll find its length. Then we are using two pointers approach. So two pointer approach. We'll have a left and a right pointer. We'll initialize our left pointer at it's like the 0 is the beginning place and right pointer as the n minus 1, which is the last uh, at the right side, like the index. Once we have that, we will just use a simple loop, a while loop, to make sure that when we are running the loop, we don't go over the number of indices available. Once we have that, we will check if my hmm, indices, here is our input. We will simply check if the on the left string on the left pointer is an alphanumeric or not. And for that we use not string alphanumeric dot is all num. It's an inbuilt function in Python that checks if a string is alphanumeric or not. And if it's true, we just simply do string I, okay. Yeah, this one we just move a position more. There we go, and continue as simple. And then we'll do the same thing for the right pointer. We'll check if the string that it is pointing to, it's alphanumeric or not. If not, string on the right, is it alphanumeric, alnum? And then we will just move a point back. Yeah. If you might be wondering, we use like a plus for the left and a minus for the right one because it's a two pointer. The pointer on the left starts from the left side, so we move forward, which is plus plus plus. And the pointer on the right side, it's almost at the end, and we are coming back towards the left, so that's like minus minus minus, if that makes sense. Once we have that, now our final condition will check if the string on the left is not equals to string on the right String on the left is not equals to string on the right. Return false. We are just making sure that um, after we have like we are done checking if our strings are alphanumeric or not alphanumeric. Now we are going to check if the strings that we are comparing are they are the same string or not, because it matters when we are checking for palindrome. If the characters are not the same on the left and right, then it might be a mismatch, and that will not be a palindrome. That will be a invalid case. So in this case, we check that, and if it is an invalid case, we return false. And if it's not, we'll just say else, just move a position. So left plus equals to 1 and right minus equals to 1. We just move our positions, and once we are done, we'll just return true. Simple as that. And let's make sure we are good. We have our class definition and everything. Functions definition. We have variable declared here. Then we have our loop to make sure that we don't go past the index we have available. Then we check if the strings on the left towards the middle is alphanumeric and strings from the right towards the middle is also alphanumeric. Once that criteria is validated, we check the string on the left side is equals to the string on the right side, while excluding all the alphanumeric characters and case sensitive stuff. Okay, we also need to check dot lower. So whenever we are checking for characters, we don't want to confuse our compiler that uh, uppercase letter and lowercase letters are different letters. So we'll just go for by default lower. That way we will not have to worry about uppercase and lowercase characters. And then we'll return false if that criteria have issues, or if that doesn't match up. And if all is good, it passes all the cases, then we'll just move 1 point from the left and 1 point on the right. And once the loop has ran through, we'll just return our result. Let's run and see if we pass everything or not. Okay, we have an issue. What do we get? Outside the function, return true. Okay. Um, hmm. We are outside the scope. Is it here? I believe. Okay, we have one issue. Uh, hmm. Outside the function. What are we getting incorrect here? Hmm. Technically, if I think about it, um, hmm, it looks like a right position. Why it's the compiler is saying incorrect? Amanaplanacanalpanama expected true. Hmm. See, so we have our length, left, right, and then while that looks about right. If not, then string is alphanumeric. Then we add and then continue. String on the right is alphanumeric. We move position. Ah, I see. We just forgot to continue. You see how simple things make a mess. Just forgot to continue right there. And see, we passed all the test cases. Kind of funny situation that just one small missing a continue messed up our code. But that's our solution. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any suggestions or a better method that you can find, feel free to comment. And by the way, the time complexity for this one will be big O of n, and this one stay up. Okay. And the space complexity will be constant time. Because first thing, we are running very least amount of the uh, loop possible. So we are going through the loop just once. And space complexity, we're storing like the minimum amount of values possible. So least amount of values. All right. Thank you.